In the newest versions of Twinmotion, you are going to be confronted with this home screen. As you can see, new scene here and open scene here. This new scene is used for create a new project, and with this open scene you can open up the project that you have been working on. And there are also a few templates here provided for the user. If these templates are downloaded, you can easily click on open option here, but if not, you can download it by clicking on this option here. And if you have noticed here, this part, there are all templates here. And if you, for example, click on architectures, you can have access to architectural environments. And this here, product, usually is used to present a certain product. And this is used for marketing and advertisement. Just like you can see, different templates here. And there is this option here, as you can see, show on startup. You can turn it off if you didn't want to see this window every time. And if you turn it off, you're going to be confronted with the home screen directly. So we close this one right here. So in order to open up this window here, you have to come to this file section and then show home panel. And if we click on it, you can see this window again. As you can see, you can have the access to it again, and you can turn that click on. Alright, so for now we turn this click off because we don't want to see that window again. So we come here, we close this tab. Okay, if we needed it, we can use this file section as we taught you. So when you open a new project, you're going to be confronted with this raw studio environment here. So in order to get to know this project better, we come to this file section, just like you can see from this section. As you can see, these demo scenes, there are a few prepared projects. I click on the second one, and for now we don't want to save this scene here. Okay, we click on this and we have to wait a few seconds. Right, it's loading up the project, and then we're going to be using our different tools. As soon as you open up a project like this in Twinmotion, you will be seeing two panels on each side. Okay, this left part is the library section, and as you can see, it is a bit different with the previous versions of it. And here's the state section that we are going to discuss it later. And on the right panel, there is the scene section. Okay, there are different assets here provided for us. There are different hierarchies and different features to set up. And here's the properties section. As you can see, this ambience section too. You can have them. As you can see, there are camera options here, the render options here, and this FX. And later on, we are going to discuss all these different features together. There is this XYZ section here that you can set the coordinates of every single assets in your project. Even this camera here, you can change all of these angles and different features of it. Just like this, and this is extraordinary. And there is this section here, view sets. And there are view sets here that you can have access to view sets that you create, and then we're going to discuss them all. Okay, this above and the below of this screen, you have some tools too. These tools up here, they are editing tools, and these tools down here are for exporting and importing. Okay, in case of learning a software, there are some rules and different methods, and if you learn them, it's going to be so much easier to work with the software. Okay, for example, we search the AutoCAD 2007 in Google, right here, and I want to show you this screen. As you can see, they are a bit different in different versions, but the structures are the same. The tools in the left section of the screen were drawing tools, and the tools in the right part of the screen were editing tools. I mean, in this section you create your project, and in that section you edit them. And well, usually in most of softwares there are the same rules. For example, if you are working with a software like Lumion, we have some tools in the left part of the screen, and there are some tools provided in the right part of the screen. And if you have noticed this, the left section is for building. For example, you create a project, you give assets to it, and you do the materialization. And in the right section, you can do the rendering, and for example, the animation exporting. And what that means is that in the left part we import things, and in the right part we export things. And it's the same thing for Twinmotion too. And if you can add things from the left part of the screen. And in the right part of the screen we somehow have the editing tools. And when you take a look down here, you can see a very organized diagram here. And it is saying, firstly, you must import your file, and then give material to it, then populate your panel, and next set your video or your picture, and finally export your file. And as you can see, there is a very organized and a smart diagram provided for you. And also the tools above the screen, there are also editing tools. These tools give you the ability to work inside of your project in Twinmotion. And for example, in this section we have path tracing. In this section you can do things about path tracing. We turn it off for now. And with these tools here, you can click on different materials and take the materials, then edit them, do whatever you want. And there are other tools here that we are going to discuss them later. And also there are different tools like move, rotate, and things like that. And there are also two tools here. These tools provide a full screen view for us. You can see what happens when we turn it on and when we turn it off. And there's also this eye section here. There are also features here that we are going to discuss them later. There is this option here which is navigation option, and when you click on it you are going to be exposed to this specific section here. As you can see, there are practical tools here for your guidance.